2012 to 2014 Toyota Camry. If you have one of these, you're definitely gonna wanna upgrade to this right here. Look how much bigger this screen is right here. It has a protective layer on it, so it does look a little bit shinier once we take that off. But I wanna walk you through what comes in the package. It shows up in a box like this, and then a separate box like this. So it has the trim piece. The trim piece comes in a separate box because it is pretty large. But you have all the wiring. It's super easy, plug and play. It looks overwhelming, but it's not at all. If you have a rear view camera, it works with that at all. Even if you don't have one on your car when you get it from factory, you can add one into this head unit. So there's a lot to add to your car with this, but it also is just plug and play and easy to install, and Toyota made it even easier in my opinion for most installs. This is like easy, ready, DIY friendly. If you've never worked on a car, you can do this. We'll go through all of these, what they are. We're even gonna mount a microphone as well, so when you're talking on the phone, it'll work. But really quick, I want to mount this to our faceplate, our trim piece, and then on the bottom, once we get it out of the car, we're gonna add the climate controls here. There's a bunch of knobs on this car that we're getting rid of because it's all touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can also do wired. We've got a couple USB ports to power and charge things in your car. So this is gonna be a good time, and it's gonna bring this car up to the 21st century. This kit does come with these little screws and screwdriver. Notice I put the microfiber here. Any towel I recommend, just so you don't scratch anything. They even give you an extra screw in case you lose one, so they're thinking about you. The best place to buy these iDoing head units is karmaspeed.com. Welcome to the KarmaSpeed Garage. You'll find the best deal with the link in the description. You're supporting making this content, and we're gonna make this as easy as possible for you. So reach out to our support if you have any issues or questions like that. We'll make this as easy as possible for you from start to finish. Cyber Monday is here. It's our last day. 10x entries up to 10% off on karmaspeed.com. We want to manifest that this Honda Civic Si gets to someone who needs it. Share that story with you. Rally all the automotive enthusiasts together. That would change one person's life significantly. And in the process of bringing this rendered to reality, inspiring action in every garage to get out there, go work on your car. If it might be sitting there for a while, you're waiting on things, there's some little things you need to do. We hope that this series motivates you. So if you need parts, you can get a chance at winning this Honda Civic Si or any of our new gear, apparel, merchandise, and the easiest, most budget-friendly way is our iPhone wallpapers if you search that on the site. Happy holidays, let's get into the install. Pry tool that comes with it, we're gonna stick it right here under the vent, and we wanna get this out. These are non-marring pry tools, so this type of plastic, you don't have to stress. Kind of pulls out like that. All good. We're gonna set this in the back seat, and then next step is we want to separate this bezel from this one. So I'm gonna kind of lift up on it right here. Doesn't take much apparently. So in a normal situation, you put a little bit of pressure, pry up right here, and lift this off. But I'm gonna let that rest there. Next up, these panels. So I'm gonna push back on this. These panels come off. Smoothest car ever. I'm gonna put pressure here, push out, and kind of pull out at the same time. So now up here we have some 10mm bolts. You could use a ratchet, socket, any basic setup, but your boy's got some power tools, so we're gonna use them. Don't drop those. There's two down below, so up in these spots. Very carefully. Okay, don't panic, this is what you do. You take a little magnet. Oh, it's right there. You pull it out. If you don't have one of these magnets, check out my Amazon tool list. It's great for beginners. You can find stuff like that in there. Now, we should be able to shimmy this thing out of here. Pull from the top. And then, God, I can just pull back. And this is what you want. Now, before you get any further, take a rag, put it under the shifter so you don't scratch the car with itself. I want to get to back here to figure out how to disconnect all these. Got this as low as I can get it. Now you're just gonna push each one of these tabs in and pull it out. It's really straightforward. Everything's accessible from the top. This one weird gray clip. So the gray one seems like it would be a little bit of a hassle, but you do just press down on it like the other ones, just be patient. Then on the bottom for the AC controls, that's kind of blind. There's a black one right here. You just press down on the top. It pops out real easy. Now we no longer have to use this bunk radio. All right, let's go over on the table. Factory head unit face down on the towel. Couple things we got going on here. Got a second yellow towel, putting it face down. We're gonna transfer some stuff. Oh, this can wait. So all these yellow clips, I have a little clip. You could do this with a screwdriver. Get behind it with a little pry tool on both sides and they'll just pop off. And you can just come here and they'll clip in. I'm gonna try a technique to make this easier. Put your little orange tool on one side to hold it out, and then it will come off easier. Then you can come over and pop it on this one. Kind of have to spread it a little bit. Some of them are like bland banana, strong banana colored. Really does help when you wedge something on the other side. All right, next step, we need to remove the screws on the side of the unit. Now we should be able to get the AC controls out. You come over to the side right here, push out and see this trim piece is coming out. That's what you want. And grab your trim tool. There we go. Now it's separated. This can slide off. Okay, so now we can put our new unit over here. I have these little zip tie clips. This tab right here, I'm gonna make sure that you don't have to deal with this, but this needs to be clipped. Just clean like this so it'll fit right. This little plastic piece I just trimmed off, you probably won't have to do. I already notified iDoing to make sure that they snap that little piece off in their mold before they send it to you. So I wouldn't stress about it. You know what to do if it does happen to you. I put the two pieces together and found that this was the point of resistance, and it was as simple as clipping that off and then it snapped together just fine. This is part of plastic and manufacturing, all that. It's just a most minor hiccup. I've never had another head unit from them on different cars have this problem. So Camry owners, watch out. It's no big deal. This thing looks factory by the end and you'll love it. So now we can take our AC controls, slide them in. That way, this right here, this edge is clean, and then it's gonna cover a little bit of your hazard button. That's the way it was made. It's not, you're not tripping. All right, home stretch, paid our dues. So right here, this clip has a flat spot right here. I'm gonna make sure to use these. Walk it over here. So there's a couple yellow clips, 4 of them, that have the flat side. They need to be here for the AC controls. The flat side needs to be out. Once you have those on, you press it on. Now it'll be in place, just be extra patient. We have all our clips up here ready to go back in the car. Oops, almost forgot one. So this trim piece just pops out. Like that, and then we can pull this out. That gives us enough access. On the right side of the steering wheel, you can pull down here. Now we can run this cable. So this rubber trim around, you're gonna pull it down just right there, and then pull out this trim piece. That's all you need. So now I'm gonna start with the mic just chilling right here, and then we'll tidy it up here in a second. So I ran it through the back side. I'm gonna pull it up here, let that dangle. Then this is already ran down the pillar. I'm gonna pull the wire down right here. Make sure I'm around these plastic clips up inside the pillar. Through that trim piece. And then this can hang out right here. And then we're gonna start routing it through here. I'm gonna grab the other end and start fishing it through. Okay, I'm almost to the other side. There's a little hole. You can pull it through. And we should have extra. And now we can push our trim pieces back in. This one on the side can be popped in. Before we push this in, I'm gonna get the clip. Hook this in here. And this can chill. So I chose to take the mount off, and I'm just gonna have it clean in the corner like that. Now I can put our seal back, press it up into place. This came out. This thing would mount in here too if you were choosing to do the SIM card. We don't need this, so, but that's where you would put it. This is aftermarket radio. If you had RCAs, you don't have those in this car. It's all plug and play. This definitely looks like part of the original wiring harness, so I'm gonna start plugging it in. There's only one way to connect these, so when you find the one, it's definitely the one. This one that says like key, B+, video camera, rear end. This is all for aftermarket stuff. You don't need this. So this green one plugs onto this gray. So plug and play. Let's be extremely careful. I really gotta get up in here. There's the 3 main. Okay, so there's 2 pins right here, and there's 2 pins inside of this. Those line up and clip in. And this goes in the top right corner. This one should be free and open. Let's knock this red one out. Goes right up top right here. Plugs in, this is just gonna dangle. So you got a blue, and then you got a mic. Pop that in. There we go. Plugs in right there. Only goes into one. Foolproof. 2 additional female USBs. We pulled the filter cover out inside the glove box. I'm gonna reach my hand through, feed these 2 cables in case they wanna charge anything extra while driving. And this is gonna plug in back here. Done. Back in here, it's an important one. I'm gonna plug this in, and this is for our like FM, AM radio. This goes into the corner. Plugs in. So this purple one, this is the Apple CarPlay Android Auto, the wired connection. So probably be only using wireless that you can charge with that USB, but we're gonna run this in the glove box also in case they want to go that route. And then it's gonna be on this side over here. If it doesn't clip in easily for this side, it's not the right one. So don't force it. It should clip. All right, that's looking like everything. Let's push this up here temporarily. All right, here's our, oh, I didn't plug in the AC controls right here. I'll plug these in. Chill in its hypothetical spot. Go to here, Bluetooth, connect device, SYU Android on the phone, pin 0000 pair. It's in this menu. There's SETI's phone, CarLink 2.0. It's connecting to the phone wirelessly. Approve it on the phone. Here we are. Apple CarPlay, baby. Life changer. Okay, we know it works. Speakers work. We're gonna disconnect the power, and we're gonna make sure our cables are all good and tuck this thing back into place. So this GPS guy, we don't want to forget it. We still need to plug it in. So I'm gonna set this down. And this, I think this is the power for the USB down below, which I need to figure that out first. Okay, so this one, female to the purple, you're gonna plug it into this green one. And then this one cable that's left over right here, see this gray? You gotta line up the spot. Connect those. I'm gonna turn the key on. So we're gonna test it on SETI's phone to make sure this USB from factory down below is getting power. Yep, instantly. That's sweet, because now the factory plug is CarPlay. So this is gonna put back. Now let's get the extra wire for the mic. Just push it back here. And then now we need to get the GPS. Has a sticky thing. And then there's plastic back here. I'm just gonna stick it down in here in this little blank spot. Anywhere works in there. So the far left, you gotta pull these plugs off. Far one, closest to the passenger, is the GPS. Get it tight. Put all our cables back. It's gonna be like a rat's nest. Get everything pushed in. Line up all of our tabs. Okay, everything's looking good. Cable's good here. This panel right here looks good. Now we can kind of start pushing it in. And now our 10 mils up here. Put them in by hand. Okay, all 4 are in. Everything's nice and snug. Everything feels good. Let's push this back in right here. Our vents can slide in. These side pieces, that's pressed in. then you're good to go. And then we gotta put that cover back in here. We took the cables and we're tucking them in right here, and you can grab them down the road. That way you don't have to cut, and you can put back this cover, because I'm assuming said you won't really use those very often, but if he needs them, they're there. And you guys don't have to cut. This car does have a factory backup camera, and this is what it looks like, and there in the settings you can adjust the lines if you want to. The other screen was so small.
So small, dude, it was terrible.
If you enjoy modifying your car and you're looking for a little bit sportier car that's good on a budget, check out this video right here, this new Honda Civic Si we just got, and what we plan on doing with it. You can kind of get involved and see if it's something maybe you want to go down the road of testing it out, getting a new daily driver, something manual, something fun. We'll see you over here.